Hello everybody and welcome to the next part of Ahriman's Prophecy. Unfortunately, I could not, for the life of me, record this bit when I beat the dragon. I had beaten him off screen, but for some reason I could never beat him while I was recording. So like, you know what, I'm just gonna try to win and see if I can. And then I'll just record the aftermath because it was really tough getting the poison stingers to work. That's how you beat the boss really quickly, by the way, and a lot sooner than you should, is if you use poison stingers. And make sure you have more than 4 of them. I think it would take a total, it took me of 6 to beat him. And you're going to want to make sure that Frederick and Devon have dragon shields from the store. I went back and bought those, and I also equipped the fire amulets to have resistance. So now Frederick learns how to shape change into a dragon. If you do not have Frederick in your party when this boss or any other boss that he might be able to turn into gets killed, Frederick will never be able to learn how to turn into them again. Because they're just dead. There's no way to reverse the damage. The knife. You cut out the dragon's heart. On closer inspection, you confirm that it is the fire relic. Put the fire relic in your backpack. Strip the dragon of its dragon scale armor. Dragon scale armor, I'm going to put that on Frederick. Because that's actually not the best equipment in the game for Devon there. So the dragon was beaten, stripped, and shamed. Basically. And now, shape change into a dragon. Shape changes into a dragon. We are now a dragon. This is by far his most powerful form. Well, for now, that we can get. Gonna save that sucker. We probably won't be doing any damage to the enemies in here. Yeah. Oh, actually, no, he did damage them. So now it is a tie between Frederick and Jack for the best party member so far for damage. As long as you keep switching Jack and Frederick out, now that he's become a dragon, you pretty much won't have any issues towards a lot of the enemies coming through later on. And I didn't know, also, as you can see, Frederick can also hit all enemies. He also has an innate fire resistance, I believe, in his dragon form. So that makes more reason to want to use his abilities. I believe he's currently the only party member that is doing around 1,300 damage a hit. You can actually kill enemies off-screen now, instead of just damage them and leave them vulnerable. Also increases his defensive capabilities. It is my current favorite form of his that we have at the moment. With that, as you can see how difficult those enemies were for us earlier. They're really nothing now that Frederick is a dragon. But because Frederick can turn into pretty much every boss from here on in, and becomes incredibly powerful, there's no real reason to have any other... This is like the turning point where I was like, there's no reason to have any of the other characters in your party aside from Jack and Frederick, so now you know. Once you get a dragon, it really changes an opinion of Frederick's powers. I could understand maybe switching him out if you only had the lion as his strongest transformation, but yeah, it doesn't stay that way for long. You can manage to kill the dragon with the poisoned stingers that you get from these snakes. These snakes will always do 2,000 damage with their poison stingers, just so that you're aware. If they don't do 2,000 damage, though, on a rare chance, they'll probably do 1,800 on one of your weaker allies. But with that, we're pretty much ready to start getting into the final bits of the game. Which is kind of strange to be saying. Because, believe it or not, we're actually halfway through with these three. The rest are really easy to get. Now, I would suggest your next stop being over here. Not down there just yet. Remember that place I was saying don't go to? We're gonna be stopping off there. As you can see, really strong enemies. They always drop grapes. And I'm almost out of cassia leaves. Not a great idea to be going in here, but okay. So I forgot to mention that you're going to want to turn your sword into a flame sword, and that you're out of there. Because most of these enemies are grass type. Kind of like in Pokemon. Now you would not be strong enough to go here unless you have beaten Tarvendran. If you have not beaten Tarvendran yet, don't even try. Speaking of, though, I think I might actually go and get some cassia leaves, because this is going to be a trip. Also, once we go to that place that is the danger zone, as I would like to call it, that is where the last class in the game that's hidden is. And I did not know that until I was already about to beat the game. So like I said, I picked the first class I seen, which was the Witch. It didn't really fit my playstyle, so... Okay. Alright, I can't really sell anything to you, can I? Okay, cassia leaves. Probably just gonna buy 99 of them. That seems to be about it for preparations. Now let's continue through the woods now. I also have a funny story about this area, but I'll get into that later. But yes, all the enemies here are really strong. And Talia currently has no health upgrades from being any class, so Yeah, it's not too great. What we want to do, though, is we want to go down here. There aren't too many secrets in these woods, so don't be afraid of that. A golden statue of a winged creature stands before you in a deserted grove. At the base of the statue there is an inscription. Heart of gold lie thy secret guards. Love felicity light, gay as precious children. There should be hiding something beneath it. That is something we will get into shortly. But I wanted to let you know that that's there, because if you already do the thing that it requires for you, that won't have that text. So if anyone ever missed that, there you go. The best thing would be to have Frederick just constantly doing this. Unfortunately, that can get a little annoying sounding. But it works. I mean, better than his other form, that's for sure. You do not have to worry about status effects, because they won't really have any attacks that are status related. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I remember when I first came here, it was the first place I went to, because I thought, hey, neat thing, and I got game overed so much thinking that this was where we were supposed to go, because it was right on the path. I also think Frederick curses them when they do that, when he does that ability, because they always seem to take less damage. Or take more damage, sorry. Go down here, travel south, eventually you reach the seashore. You can't really come to this area normally unless you go down here. I'm busy with another customer. No pennies for a box of pears. I'll give you 150 gold for them. So don't tempt me. You try, fools. 5 apples. Best place to go to get exotic fruits. Fresh fruits. If you walk next to this guy, he will always play Talia's house theme. If you walk away, though... Hola, travelers. Please look at my fine selection of quality fruits. June berries heal 30 HP, 10 MP, 90 HP, 200 HP, just in case you were wondering. However, when you have aquafoliums for 100 gold and they heal you max, these are more... Don't you have any exotic fruits? This is an exotic fruit stand, isn't it? And it is, but I've run out of exotic fruit. Let's wait until my next shipment. Fresh fish. DHP, 10 MP. There's no real reason to shop here, to be honest. Aquafoliums heal you max, and they cost less. Bug. I found a bug. Definitely found a bug. Try not to fight these guys for right now, because I just want to get going, considering I've mosey on for enough time. As you can see, when you actually walk into the shop, there's stuff here, but nobody's here. Just a solemn, sad music plays. One here. How can I help you? Food. As you can see, the apples heal a good bit, but they're not... In my opinion, food, the best thing that they do is heal you for your MP, less than it would cost you to buy something to max out your MP. He also sells alcohol and grandes, as you can see. It treats paralysis, rebirth, 100 MP, and 100% MP. We haven't been into an MP shortage because I have not picked the class yet. This is Venomwood. Visit the library. It's the oldest in all the kingdoms. But I think I'm going to end the episode here. And then start up again in the next episode. Because we did get a lot of good stuff already done. And I'd like to have this as its own separate part. See you guys then.